right, we are back playing Fallout 4. Where are we? Let me look at the map.
We are right outside, Paladin Dance's hideout.
We got a Paladin Dance is a synth. He's
He's a
been a
synth.
synth. He is a synth. And
he could have been a synth the entire time,
or
or
he
it
could have been
could
replaced
be
just
right.
last
and
Tuesday.
we don't know that, and it's very interesting how a lot of the characters assume that this is Dance. This has always been Dance, and that I guess that's what the writers wanted to convey as well. This was always been Dance. He's always been a synth, and you're a big bigot if you don't accept him. Okay. I don't seem to have audio from you, but that's probably
From
on
the
my
game?
end. Yeah.
Really?
I'm assuming. Hit it again. Hit something again. I do have audio, but it's very, very low.
How? So in the program we're using, how high do you have the volume?
All
turned
the
up?
way up.
Oh wow. Huh. What's the terminal say? Power elevator. Okay. Numa says, "Where's your power armor?" Krogan made me take it off. So I think it's on the Pridwin somewhere or something.
It's at the Boston airport.
Oh, it's at the Boston airport.
Okay, so the voices are loud, but the in-game sound effects are very, very low.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about that. How does it sound to all you on the stream? Also, I see that Archiver got banned from Twitter. Hey, Bisto.
Yeah,
get
this
outta
is
here.
so bizarre because I actually don't hear the robot sound effects.
Oh my gosh, there he is without his power armor. Who's this? Get out of here. What? Is this it? Oh, I picked a muzzle flash. Well, whatever. Where's my gun? Maybe this gun will work. Paladin Dance? Where the hell are you going? You know I came here to see you, right? Oh.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
You praised him before. Okay. Well, you left. That is traitorous, I guess.
He told me you're a synth, Dance. That makes you a traitor.
And he's right. But the news is just as much of a shock to me. I didn't know, I swear. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
Well, you probably shouldn't have ran.
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It just feels like a cruel joke. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins, everything. I suppose they programmed that all into my head. I mean, I feel like I've been in control of my entire life, making my own decisions and determining my own fate. Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. I still feel like a human. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxon's orders. Does he even want me alive?
No, it's interesting. So, again, you would think that they'd be setting up this player for, like, figuring out when it happened. Because it's obvious, I mean, given the age of Paladin Dance and the synth technology they're working with, he had to have been replaced somewhat recently, a Gen 3 synth. He wasn't replaced as a child, as like a growing synth thing. They didn't have that sort of technology, so when did it happen? Like, again, it could have been recently.
I don't
Um,
recall his backstory though. I don't recall if he definitively
I know
grew
this is
up
tough, but don't
with
ignore me.
them or if he came to them as an adult. The Brotherhood of Steel, that is. I
mhm.
don't recall offhand.
Well, that would be
But
important for us to figure out.
right, but I mean, definitively, I would assert, or I do assert, that the writers want you to treat all this as if this is dance. This has always been
I know this
dance,
is tough.
and you're supposed to
Don't
address the
ignore
moral
me.
dichotomy here of him being a synth.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be thinking, "Oh, this thing in front of me could have replaced the real dance." You're not supposed to think that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's weird because I mean they wrote the story in a way that allows that option, and then they didn't have the foresight to understand
Come on, man.
that
Say what you have to say.
about their own story.
Of course not. Synths are the enemy, remember?
All too well. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
You know, it's interesting too because you have this situation, right? Dance is saying, "Hey, Brotherhood, good, stay with the Brotherhood," but at the same time, he's like thrown in a couple things, like you said, Maxim never likes to do his own dirty work. Like, what was that other than just like some sort of side comment
I
to
know
try
this
and
is
get
tough,
you to not like the
but don't
Brotherhood?
ignore me.
And when he said, "Oh, I used to think synths were the enemy, and then I found that I was on the list," he still does think synths are the enemy. Why did he phrase that in past tense? You know, that's not the correct. That's not something he believes. He doesn't say, "I used to think they're the enemy." He says,
Come on, Knight.
"I knew."
Say what you
He
have
should
to
have
say.
said something like, "I knew synths were the enemy. I just didn't expect that I myself would have been subverted or had, been replaced with one." You know.
Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, this is you phrased all of that very well. But once again, it's so interesting here that they didn't even make Dance question the idea
I
of
know this
maybe
is
I'm
tough.
not the real
Don't
Dance. You
ignore
know,
me.
like this could have
Yeah.
been a great opportunity to push that in there, and yet they didn't.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Pridwin and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
I see you've calculated all the variables, just like a machine.
Your anger simply proves my point. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
I'm surprised he doesn't want more proof. I mean, he says he still feels like a human. Shouldn't we just be cutting off an arm and showing off, or like a hand or a finger first? You know what I mean?
Proof for what? To whom?
To himself?
I know this is
What?
tough.
What would
Don't
removing a
ignore me.
limb do?
You'd look inside and see the servos, mechanical components.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I don't think that synths are like that. I think the majority of their body is biological, and then only like there's a synth component. It's a fairly tiny part compared to the rest of the
I know
body.
this is tough, but don't ignore
So
I mean,
with the
most
more
of their-
recent stuff, you mean? So with Gen 3,
these
it's now
Gen
tiny.
a Gen 3 is mostly organic material, and there's one synth component that I would assert, based off of all the lore I've read and based off of just the general presentation, the synth component houses like the programming.
Hmm.
It probably
man.
houses the
Say what you have to say.
personality, any kind of hidden subroutines that are supposed to activate under a certain set of circumstances.
Big Daddy Matt says, why would they make a synth that is capable of having an existential crisis? Wouldn't you just want them to complete their mission?
I mean, that's the thing that they're pushing at here. Like,
Come on,
he
man.
doesn't have
Say
any
what you have to say.
subroutines, and like, look at how rational he's acting and whatnot. Like, I mean, you're supposed to sit here and believe that he's not a threat. That's what they're pushing.
If you're so eager to die, then do it yourself.
If you leave here without completing your orders, then I'll carry them out for you. Maxon's obviously testing you, and I refuse to be the one who causes you to fail.
Oh, so he'll kill himself if I leave.
I
If it
don't
needs
think
to
he'll
be done,
actually.
Then so be it.
I've never been prouder of you than I am right now, brother. It's been a pleasure serving with you.
See, I would reload and I would actually go outside and like the way I would do it. Now it's totally up to you, but I would first start with the finding another way so you guys can leave and end up talking to Maxon. And then after we see that whole speech and that whole rigmarole, I would reload and then actually execute him and
Is there
then
any
continue
way
on
out
the
of
game
this?
with
We
that.
both know that this is the right thing to do. If you refuse to follow Maxon's orders, you're undermining everything the Brotherhood stands for. I can't allow that to happen on my account.
So refuse and bring him? Something like
I
that?
think so, yeah.
No. I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
Oh, it's so noble and moral. That's what they're pushing here.
Risking my life, losing a friend. What?
What do you mean, risk my life?
If Maxon learns that you've disobeyed a direct order to save the life of a synth, he'd have you executed. Why would you risk that for me?
You're my friend, Synth.
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
Well then, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't wish to debate this any longer.
Oh.
You've sworn an oath
You have to
destroy
convince
the
him.
Institute and every synth that you find. No exceptions. Consider this your greatest test, Knight. Do you have what it takes to get the job done?
Oh.
So you're gonna have to reload and just
the
do it
hell are
until
you
you pass
waiting
the
for?
speech check.
Whoa.
If you leave the
It's like,
bunker,
did
I'll
you
finish
see
what
the
we
camera
started.
angles?
They're
like a-
terrible.
it's like a
I
drug
wouldn't.
trip.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have done this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's just gonna force you to
there.
execute him. Like
What the hell are
you
you
have to
waiting
pass the speech check.
Wait, 1 second.
This doesn't seem right.
It doesn't matter. Don't let your feelings
God,
about me
these
cloud
camera
your
angles.
judgment. This decision is bigger than both of us. It's about the future of the Brotherhood. We must stay on mission, no matter the cost. Now, do it.
Well, I can refuse again.
I can't do it, Dance. It's not right.
I can't believe you'd risk your life.
Oh, it's the
What's
same-
changed you?
Okay. What if I try this one?
You're the proof that Maxon's wrong. You're a synth, but everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
I can't accept that. I don't... You've sworn...
Okay.
Consider...
All right, light. Let's see if we can get it to go again.
What the hell are you waiting for?
All right, I'll be right back.
This
I'm gonna try to
doesn't-
fix my audio.
Don't...
Uh-huh.
This decision, we must... Now.
I can't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you. What's changed you?
You need to face this, Dance. Dying is the coward's way out.
If that's the way you feel about it, then so be it. I don't wish to debate. You've
Uh-huh.
considered that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, what's the command to increase my charisma or whatever?
No.
I can't believe you'd risk your life. Why would you do
Right. I've already lost.
You're right.
Oh, there we
How
go.
could I have been so blind? I should consider how my death might affect the people. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
All right, I fixed my audio. It's something to do with my weird setup.
What's our next move?
You need to continue your fight against the Institute. I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth.
Oh.
The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxim will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
So this is what you wanted. Just the holotags? Or is he supposed to come back with me?
He's gonna come back with you,
Is he?
or he should. Maybe I have to look this up. Yeah, he's gonna leave now. I think.
It
been a
doesn't
while
sound
since
like
I
he's
played
gonna
this
come back
particular
with
part.
me. He just said he's gonna vacate
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Commonwealth.
Just exit out of here. You'll meet. It didn't unfold the way I remembered it. I'm pretty sure that when you leave here, Maxon's gonna confront you outside, and then Dance is gonna follow you out and confront him as well. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it goes.
This is a hell of an elevator. It's like Mass Effect, only with no, conversation. Jeez. Are we here? I don't think we're here yet. Still moving.
Ground floor.
That was a hell of an elevator ride.
How dare you betray the brother?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
Why are you here? Why is like the
I would
commander?
quick save.
Then I can't quick save back to the one before this.
Okay.
Finding us?
How did you find us?
When I sent you to execute this machine, I suspected you'd have difficulty following my orders. Now that I've arrived, it appears that my instincts were correct. What did it say to you that made you betray the Brotherhood? Why is it still alive?
Not a thing. Oh, I hate this. I hate the
Yeah,
shitty...
it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrible.
He's not a thing. He's one of your best men.
Have you taken leave of your senses? Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name.
Oh, wow.
How can you say that about me?
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most.
What we
Technology
hate.
that's gone
Yeah.
too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good on his part. He and here's what, I first noticed about what he's saying. He's like the loving womb of a mother. At the end of the day, what kind of world does this guy want to create? One of human families. Wow. What a terrible
bigot.
person.
What a hateful
This
man.
needs to be
Yeah.
resolved.
Human
now.
families coming together, love, making a new future.
Again, this isn't some white supremacist. Like this is a guy whose second in command is a black man.
Mhm.
So I mean, this isn't even like a racial thing per se. This is like a humankind thing. And like,
Yeah.
still, speaking of pushing the
I
envelope,
don't
the writers
appreciate
had to
being
push
ignored,
the
Knight.
discrimination envelope. Like now we're not talking about other groups of humans being outsiders. We're talking about toasters.
Well, and it's the Paladin Dance thing chiming in there saying, like, how can you say that about me? The dude's not talking about you. He's talking about the whole thing. He's talking about the
Speak,
technology and all this
This needs
stuff.
to be resolved.
And so
now.
Paladin Dance just agreed with this guy a second ago. The only reason he agreed to live is because of some other unrelated issue having to do with not wanting to hurt certain people who grew fond of him. So, I don't know. It seems all very manipulative and goofy. I can say
Speak, Knight.
seriously, I don't
This
know what
needs to be
that's supposed to
resolved.
mean.
Now.
I don't remember now. I don't know.
Same beliefs? I don't know what that's
I
supposed
think
to mean.
I think that's supposed to mean like he has the same beliefs as he did before. He's just a synth.
Save mankind.
I don't know. This
These
is all on you.
dialogue options are so terrible. Okay.
Dance wants to save mankind,
Oh.
not destroy it.
You're as delusional as you are insubordinate. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
That's true.
It's true.
There's nothing
I
wrong
was
here.
built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The
Yeah,
Institute
it
has
is too
foolishly
late.
chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it.
What?
Whatever you decide. Know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The
This is
choice
awesome.
is yours.
This is very interesting.
It
Very
isn't it?
goofy. All right. All right, you kill him, Maxim.
For the good of the Brotherhood, he needs to die. But I won't pull the trigger myself.
I'm disappointed in you, Knight. Stand aside.
Just make it quick.
No?
You know, man, that's personal. I don't remember seeing this.
In the back? No. All right.
Disgusting machine. Let this serve as an example to the Institute.
Ad Victorium, brother.
I'm
God.
disappointed you weren't able to carry out Dance's execution on your own, Knight.
Huh.
What about Dance's corpse?
We leave it here as a warning to the Institute. That nothing, not even their finest technology, can cloud our vigilance. I'm returning to the Pridwin, Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
Yeah, I would reload and do it the where you just execute him outright, and then you go back, and then Maxon's happy and all that, and we can pursue it from there.
If it needs to be done, then so be it.
I've never been prouder of you than I am right now, brother. It's been a pleasure serving with you.
Nume says, wasn't it Mass Effect that started the dialogue circle nonsense? Yeah, I mean, I've actually
Yeah,
thought
but they
about
were
making
they were far more descriptive than this.
they were still shit.
They were, but I think that this reaches another level of shit.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually thought about making I'm interested. I'd like to make videos about video games too. Like more like just talking about video games, and dialogue in video games is one of the more interesting things to me, and I think it's one of the more impactful things to how much you enjoy a game. I'd like to talk about that at some point, maybe in a video, but that's on the back burner.
Yeah,
So
you can
that
bats or do
Malarkey
whatever.
says could be his mission to join the Brotherhood to undermine what the Brotherhood believes, right? Like, that could be his mission. That would make sense. Like, here's a synth. Your goal is to be as loyal to the Brotherhood as humanly possible, so that way when they find out you're a synth, it undermines what their view is, right? Oh, all synths are bad. I guess not. Look at how dedicated this guy was. Well,
Yeah,
he
and
could
it's
have been
working.
specifically crafted exactly to do that.
Right, and it seems to be based off of the dialogue that the writers wrote in your character, it's working. Like, you literally
Yeah.
are, they're forcing you to have doubts. I'd take it all. Put on his uniform and his hat. It's pretty cool stuff.
Put on his uniform?
Yeah, why not? You need it's in inventory. apparel. There you go. The top 3.
You think this is cool?
Yeah, I do.
I look like that one Tron cosplay.
Well, the reason why it looks like that is because it's for power armor. Like that's like your suit that you're supposed to wear when you get into power armor. So now you can go back to the Brotherhood or the Boston airport, get back into your power armor, and be a visual representative of the Brotherhood.
Nume says looks like a prison jumpsuit. You know what I'm talking about? I
do.
What's it called? What did I call it?
It's from Tron.
Yeah, the Tron cosplay. You've seen that fat guy in the Tron suit made out of foam?
No, I haven't seen that, but I do remember the costumes in Tron.
All right, 1 second. Tron cosplay.
Oh
I know
my
you know.
God.
I know you're just looking at the thing right now, but let's see here. Because this is old. Yeah, this guy used to show up to like Comic Cons and stuff. And
Are you gonna put it in the text chat?
no, I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'm not gonna be able to see. Well, I can
No, you won't be
reload
able to see it, but everyone will be
Yeah.
able to see it. Image. Okay. Grab this. Downloads. All right. Here he is. Whoop. This is what I look like. Let me see if I can grab the... Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, I do see it all now. That's pretty funny.
Okay, this will be my avatar.
Oh, are you gonna leave it on the screen?
Yeah, for a little bit. That's my avatar. That's me playing, by the way, guys. That's what I look like.
There you go. Make it smaller. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Go to the airport first. Get that power armor back.
I'm already on the Pridwin. Do I need the power armor?
No, but I mean, at this point, I mean, like, there's
I
no.
still can't believe Dance was really a synth. Goddamn traitor.
Charging into a situation
That was Ashley
guns
Williams.
blazing is a good way to get yourself killed.
It's interesting that he wasn't, it's interesting that they wrote it that he would be there if you betrayed, but not be there if you didn't. You'd think he'd be there regardless, but... Or not be there regardless.
Sir.
Report, Knight. Have you handled the situation with Paladin Dance?
Well, I'm wearing all his clothes.
The traitor's been executed, Elder.
Oh
Excellent
god, I look
work.
awful in it.
Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing
Well, you can get
link
rid
in
of
our
the
chain
cap
of
if you
command.
want.
That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His
Promotions.
quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you get his power armor suit.
Look at. Won't disappoint
Well, again, it's
you,
not
sir.
supposed to be for looks. I mean, it's supposed to be because you got this power armor helmet on, and that's supposed to like keep your head from chafing, I suppose.
I won't disappoint you, Elder.
Had I even a single doubt in my mind, I wouldn't have awarded you the promotion.
I mean, it's
be aware
as far as I recall,
that
it's
a
not
Brotherhood
too
paladin
dissimilar
is
to
expected
what
to
you
be
wear
single
underneath of
integrity
it's
to
like
our
one of those
brothers
Apollo
and sisters.
spacesuit
I trust you won't
undergarments.
disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have
Is
the
there a
Institute to
P-tube then?
contend with, and a lot of work. to
There
do
might be.
before we
I mean,
begin
yeah,
the
I would
final
expect there to be. I mean, you
assault. While
can't
the
just get out of your
finishing
power
touches are
armor to
being
take
put
a
on the
leap.
Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Yeah, Nume says, interesting. If you kill him, Maxim suddenly doesn't doubt you. Yeah, it is. You would think that he would be there to check up on you in both cases or in neither case. Not this sort of, like, clever thing where they think they're going to craft individual storylines like, where characters act differently even though they wouldn't have known that you've taken certain actions. Goofy.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the
I mean, again, what's most important in these games these days is not the consistency, but rather the narrative that the writers want to craft. I mean, it's the socio-political commentary that they want to push. That's why they cultivate all these different scenes and whatnot. It's not to create this logically consistent, credible world in which you can interact. It's, it's to hold your hand along.
Wake up, soldier.
Your socio-political journey.
That guy just
you're going to
teleported?
take.
I think he did. But, well, yeah, so I would say that earlier RPGs are focused more on world building, and these are focused on narrative building, which is why they're so important for how it affects the people who play it, because you're consuming constantly these narratives pushed by these game writers and developers who are often far left and, have political
or like
ideologies.
Civ left, basically, and again, this is like a lot of our guys say just abandon video games, just stop paying attention to them and all that, when it's like, we cannot abandon a lot of our people to these narratives. I mean, like, we millions of our young people are going to be consuming this stuff and absorbing the messaging.
We should want to take it over.
We should want to take it over, just like they have taken it over.
Yeah,
and if we don't take it over, these people, our people, will be turned against us in subtle and overt ways.
Yeah. If some of our guys had an opportunity to take over YouTube or abandon it, the correct option is to take it over. It should be full of our stuff. Video games should be full of our stuff. The courts should be full of our stuff.
If you abandon this, it's not like, again, if you abandon this, it's not like they're going to leave you alone on your homestead that you keep LARPing about. I mean, some of our guys legitimately have homesteads, and that's great. I'm not saying that homesteads are a bad thing. They're a great thing. But, if we all become Amish and Mennonites tomorrow and we have our own little communities, it is not as if they're going to leave us alone.
No.
Like, that is not going to happen.
Right.
Actually, this Sunday, I'll be talking about some of that. I have some select clips to show how biased. Anyway, we should continue with this. I'm deviating too much.
Because this mission demands your full attention. Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Okay.
Then
Sounds
let's get
good.
to it.
Your enthusiasm is appreciated, Paladin. Destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
Okay.
Consider it done.
Thank you, Paladin. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional
Damn,
orders for
son,
you.
where'd you find
Our
this?
sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive
Whoops.
Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to return to the Pridwin. I'm certain we can put
Look at
Pam's
this little
computing
narrative they
power to
got
good
going
use.
on. The little
Otherwise,
Vulcanite multiculturalists are
Wouldn't want it to fall
superior in
into the
intellect
Institute's
than the xenophobic, bigoted Brotherhood of Steel, and the only
try to
reason
get
the
it back.
bigoted
I'm certain
bigoted
you'll
Brotherhood of
do
Steel
whatever
has
it-
to steal
when
the
you're
tech.
ready, proceed to the
Yeah.
Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take the railroad down. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Dusty, I appreciate the
If you find
diamond.
anything interesting in the railroad
That being said, I don't see the
headquarters,
message right now. If you put one on there. Give me a second.
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't? Okay.
No, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Don't forget to
Thanks for
bring
the
it
diamond,
back
Dusty.
here.
Appreciate it. Oh.
Your promotion was well
CTD,
deserved,
mofo.
Paladin.
They call this the flight deck?
Unless you like getting radiation sickness,
Is this?
I'd stay away from ferals.
What is this?
I don't think you can. Yeah, you can go up in there. I guess that's some other kind of storage facility.
Oh.
I mean, I don't.
This is not a
Or I
flight
guess-
deck.
Well, I don't know what to call it. I mean, a flight deck seems like maybe it's the most appropriate term because it's for the vertibirds.
Well, yeah, it's like a launch
Like-
pad deal. I mean,
Yeah.
flight deck is just the newer politically correct term for cockpit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was not aware that that was a synonymous term.
Yep. Yeah. So, like, in modern airplanes, flight deck's all the way at the front. It's where the captain and co-pilot sit.
Oh, well, that's definitely not a flight deck then.
Yeah.
The flight deck would be up where the controls are for the Pridwin.
Yeah. I think that's where we just were. Were we
Yeah.
talking to the captain?
That's, yes.
Yeah. Nume says, the underground misfits have better technology than the tech monks.
Right, right. And I'm saying that's kind of a sub-narrative you see in a lot of media. And, its origins, I would say, are, like, or where it's most prominent are, you can see it in the Wolfenstein series, and I'm not going to get into the two groups, but, one group made all the technology, and the other group supposedly stole it all. It's a pretty consistent narrative you see across a lot of media, and it's really annoying.
Let's do this.
Something's out there.
Oh, you didn't get your power armor, man.
Do I need it?
Yeah, you should get it. You should get it. Come on, man. You got to get your power armor.
Ah, it's
I can't hear.
a little late for that. I want to...
It's not. Just reload. It's just two loading screens, man. I mean,
Oh.
come on. You gotta roll in here. Oh man, you're not even gonna Gatling gun these people. You're just gonna walk in and be all boring with a pistol. Come on,
I could
man.
kill all hostiles.
You could, but such a disappointing stream.
Jeez. Okay. Where do I go now? How do I get down there?
You're not getting any help from me now, man. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
Wow. What a baby.
Yeah, dude, I want the Brotherhood of Steel power armor, man. I want you fully decked out.
Well, I got my jumpsuit.
Yeah, the jumpsuit doesn't, like you even said yourself, you look like the fat guy from Tron.
Damn it!
Hello, everybody.
Can't see!
You can't see. Imagine how I feel.
Brotherhood is here. They're here!
Over here.
Nume says the power armor is the only fun thing in this game. You know what? It's the one thing that I think Bethesda really did right. Oh, you gotta plant the C4 here. Yeah, I think the power armor was done really well. So credit where credit is due.
Lock and load. Look alive, everyone.
There's a lot more people here than the last time I was here, that's for sure.
I'm not gonna get upset at them for that. I mean, they have to they have to give you some kind of no, dude, you have to Gatling gun these mofos. You have to pull out your Gatling gun. Do not do this with a pistol. There you go, minigun. Not a tire. Oh god, you're gonna do a tire iron? Yeah.
You think that is going
Yeah, this is so much better, Embargo. So much better.
We'll get through this. Stay calm.
You think
Oh,
that is
boy.
going to stop me?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
You think that is going to stop me?
But she's such a badass. Look at how she's so strong. The strong, independent
You think that
darker-skinned
is going
woman.
to stop me?
railway spike added. What's that mean? What's Kellogg's pistol do? Looks like a revolver.
You think that is going to stop me? You
Well,
think
I don't
that
know. A
is
bullet
going
to the head? Yeah, I would expect that. I hope you're having fun with this.
I am. I'm enjoying it. What's the cryolator do?
stop me? You not. She's dead. Now.
Oh, she's dead. You're all dead. Look at that. Railway agent. Hey Pam,
Don't kill Pam. Yeah.
what do you have to say?
Pam.
Security lockdown is in effect. Communication.
Oh, I wanted to see if you predicted this.
Just stay away from me.
Oh, you got to get Tinker Tom.
Access records, latest prediction models.
I think you have to load the tape in.
Oh, there it is. Hi, honey.
Ham decryption program there.
Ham decryption.
I think that's it.
All right, Pam.
Full system reset accepted. Awaiting instructions.
Okay.
Pam.
Ready for programming instructions. Recommend interface.
I think
Oh.
you have to kill everybody else in here before she'll actually do anything.
Just stay away from me.
Tinker Tom, thank you for decoding the Courser chip.
Die.
Hey,
Pam.
Factory reset mode enabled. Command mode available.
wow.
Yeah.
it's done. All right.
I think
Let's
that's
take a
it. I
look
think
at
if
the
you
thing.
Yeah.
Quest.
it's done. You can just go back to Captain Kells
All right.
and get your power armor.
Should I go out this way or this way?
This is shorter.
I like this gun. Freezes people. Through the muck.
Yeah, just straight. And there should be a door coming up pretty soon. Yeah. Not that. You don't need to go in there. There.
The north end.
You do keep these these live streams. You do upload them to BitChute or Odyssey.
They're on YouTube right now, but I was
Okay.
gonna put them on Odyssey, yeah. And BitChute, I suppose. At some point. Wow.
Nice long load screen to punish you for not putting on your power armor when you owned the railroad.
It's okay.
It's not okay.
I'm more nimble without it. +2 dexterity. Nume says back when he played the original Fallouts, he didn't imagine power armor standing up on its own. He imagined it piece by piece, kind of like medieval armor. By the way, have you heard of a game called Tyranny? No, I don't believe I've heard of that. Have you heard of that, Krogan?
Is it an isometric game? If it's that, I think I've heard of it. I think it's an isometric RPG.
I don't know. Nume says it's a very mediocre RPG made by Obsidian, circa 2017 or so.
Yeah. He says that's what I'm thinking of. So yeah, I have heard of it. It looked all right. I mean, I never looked. I assume the writing is kind of going to be similar to this. No. Power armor. Actually, no. The power armor is on the Pridwin. All you need to do is go to the. Can you not fast travel from here?
No, it says there's enemies nearby. Unless I can do it now. Yeah.
Kill all hostiles.
Where the hell do I even get out of here? Maybe this is a door, too?
No. No. Yeah, you have to jump up.
What's that?
There.
Let's play, little human.
Who's there?
I don't know. Who's there? Oh, Jesus. That's definitely a gate that can open either way, and instead it opens directly into me. Raider, how's it going? Goodbye. Legendary Raider. Oh my goodness. Legendary. Ooh. That's a good gun. Raider scum. Okay. Different than just the regular raider. Think I can travel yet?
No, there's still a bunch of super mutants.
Ah.
Oh well, there was. I mean, that's funny because there were red dots on the map.
All right.
Merlin says, seeing how much of a mess this game is, he doesn't want to think about how big of a mess Elder Scrolls 6 will be.
Proctor Teague.
Yeah.
Right, get your power armor.
When's it
Get
gonna
your
come
power
out?
armor. That would be in like 10 more years or something.
The railroad has been eliminated.
Captain Kells?
Well, it appears that the railroad won't be a hindrance to our future operations.
Yep.
Those sympathizers deserved exactly what they got.
That they did. I'm also pleased you managed to secure Pam, rather than allow it to be destroyed. We are having it brought to the Pridwin, where it will be installed in Proctor Quinlan's office. It's an amazing piece of pre-war technology that should prove to be quite beneficial to us. Speaking of pre-war technology, Proctor Ingram is putting the final touches on Liberty Prime and requires your assistance. Congratulations on another successful mission, Paladin. Ad Victoriam.
It's interesting that when you choose to
I
say
have
that
another
it was
assignment,
good that what you did, it doesn't come out as, oh, those people valued synths over humans, right?
Virgil.
It came out as
Paladin?
those sympathizers got what they deserved. Like what you're saying their crime is liking synths, not the fact that they were willing to fight against humans
This
for
unit
synths.
is in power saver mode. Please stand by.
Right.
Makes
Again,
the-
well put.
Makes the Brotherhood look more like bigots or
Irrational.
something. Kind of like N-word lovers. Like that's
Yeah,
you've
that's
heard
the
N-word lovers.
sentiment. Yeah,
You're
yeah,
the
yeah.
they're the synth lovers. They're the synth sympathizers, and that's why you killed them, not because of anything.
Go get your power
Dr.
armor.
Ingram?
You look like you've been through the ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
For the Brotherhood.
If we're going to defeat the Institute, we can't allow personal feelings to interfere with our mission.
Spoken like a true disciple of Maxon. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
Okay.
And I'm betting you know right where to find it.
Of course I do. I didn't become head of ship maintenance just because of my good looks, you know? Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
Oh. Well, thanks for the ninja genie, Krogan. Look at the goofy look on my character's face. You want to go?
Why would you want to go?
Are you kidding me? Mass fusion was on the cutting edge of atomic technology. And considering there hasn't been much in the way of engineering advancements lately, that makes it a goddamn gold mine. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity like that.
What's weird is that when she goes with you, she doesn't put on any armor on her power armor frame, which I just found to be absolutely bizarre. Like, there's no reason, like, it's not because she doesn't have legs she can't put armor on her power armor frame. It's just absurd.
It would be helpful if you tagged along.
I knew you'd see it my way. Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the mass fusion tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute
Yeah,
finds
go
out
grab
the
your power
agitator's there, they'll do
Jeez.
everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
All right, where is it?
Turn right. Yeah, straight down the hallway. Like, no. Turn left.
With the railroad
There you
gone,
I
nothing
think it's on the left of the...
smashing
I think it...
can't
No,
wait
turn
to
around.
see Liberty Prime
Other
in
side.
action again.
I think it's that one on the right. Yeah. That's Dance's power armor, and you can have it now. You'll still have your other suit at the airport settlement site, but this is Dance's armor.
All right. Now I don't have to hear any more
Yay!
crying.
I'm happy.
How
Happy
could you have
Krogan.
been so close to Paladin Dance and
Happy Krogan. Come on, man. It's the one thing they got right. I mean, the power armor also makes you think of Warhammer. I mean, pretty much, that's where I assume, like, the inspiration came to make the power armor more like this.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Well, how close are we to the end here?
Pretty close. Pretty close. It will definitely be done before the end of this session.
Okay. Where are we going? Live.
Right to that.
Oh.
Yeah, right to that.
Hey,
Oh, wait. What?
leave you without
He's
me.
flying it. Yeah, you're going to have to reload.
Where are you
geeked
going?
out.
Hey. Oh.
Or maybe, yeah, it's geeking out.
Wait, don't leave without me. No.
I mean, you should be able to, like, you could TCL and then walk up to it, maybe.
Wait, I'm almost there.
Okay, so it's docking now. All right, that's so bizarre.
I'm out.
Yeah, it geeked out, and then you can get up here and TCL again, and there you go. There should be a trigger somewhere, or maybe it completely geeked out. Yeah, it completely geeked out. Sorry, man. I don't think there's anything you can do. It's not gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah, so just reload there and hopefully that'll work.
Wow.
And just stay up here. Don't go down there. It will, if it geeks out again. We'll see. You might have to reload the save prior to this.
Where's the other map thing? Oh.
That is your power armor. Like your last power armor that you got out of will have a map marker.
He's a brilliant tactician and an experienced soldier.
Bittering. What the hell? All right.
Good luck at mass fusion, Paladin.
Thanks.
Yeah, there should be a prompt here, so it's completely geeked out. You're gonna
What
have
if I
to
go
reload
inside
this.
and come back out?
You could try that, but
We'll
you
start
might
the
lose.
Institute.
I don't know how many auto saves you have set.
Well, I mean, if this breaks it, my God, they really made a bad game.
They did. I mean, this game's very, very broken.
Merlin says, for the love of God, don't play 76 after this. No, we're going to play through all of it. All of 76.
Watch your steps, sir.
Swear to God. Aha!
There we go. All right, good.
So, me and Krogan actually played 76, like, on a free weekend or something? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So, I was looking
We
at
didn't
my
even play a
character...
full weekend. We only played like what, like 2 hours of it, if that.
Yeah,
I
so...
mean, I think we only played like an hour.
So, I went to the... I was in the character creation, and I was looking in the mirror, and I thought I made a dude. And then after the character creation was done, I only saw, like, above the shoulders. And I didn't know you could see the rest of the body. So I was just customizing the face and stuff, and I thought I made a dude, and I zoomed out, and it was a chick. I was like, oh my God.
It was a black chick.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, as Edward Dutton the Great said, you know, sexual dimorphism is more pronounced in Europeans than it is in a lot of other groups.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
On average. I mean, obviously there are exceptions, but just on average, that seems to be the case. Light them up.
Why are we flying so close to the roof? Or is this where we're going?
This is where you're going.
Oh.
You got to take care of the synths before you can land or get dropped off. There's a really cool mod, because like if you, okay, there's a Fallout script extender mod that allows you to jump out of the vertibird instead of having to like land, and it's really cool because you can see a lot of Brotherhood of Steel knights and paladins jumping out on various like random encounters. Like the vertibird will hover about 20 meters or so off the ground, and the knights can just jump out because they're wearing power armor. There's no need to actually land. And if you're using vertibirds, that seems like that would be a serious tactical advantage. Being able to jump out rather than have to land and put the vertibird in more danger. Of course, the kind of technology that the synths and the Institute has, I don't think the concern would be. I mean, again, they could just demolecularize the vertibird.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess there are energy restrictions. They can't, demolecularize targets at will. I mean, the best thing to do would be to, like, go to the Boston airport and, target the Pridwin or something.
No mercy.
I will limit the pain I inflict if possible.
Oh, the synths are even saying they'll limit the pain they'll inflict on us. That's very nice of them.
Personally, I also think they did a good job with the laser Gatling gun in this. The laser mini... It's the laser Gatling. I think that's what it's called. But, yeah, a lot of people complained that the laser weapons all had recoil. And, like, yeah, it's kind of silly from a technological or a scientific standpoint that laser guns have recoil. But, I don't know. I thought they looked and sounded cool. So, I mean, in that case... I think it would just be really kind of lame looking if you're just like firing these lasers that make no sounds and have no recoil.
Let's see here.
Terminating any hostile life form.
Target down.
Suppose I'm just supposed to read these? Okay. Get the key card, Ingram.
You found the key card. Good. Now we can get that elevator running.
Where is it?
Right, straight ahead. You were looking at it. Yeah.
Oh. Why? There's no marker on it.
Going down.
See you later, Ingram.
She should teleport inside there with you. Which is just, again, so... I mean, I don't know, like, what the technical reason for this is, but apparently, like, the NPC's navigational meshes were so bad that rather than address that, they just decided to, like, randomly... Or not randomly, but, after moving into an elevator or whatever, to teleport your allies in there with you rather than address the nav mesh or the I mean, which works. It's just, I mean, maybe it really was just so much easier to do that. But again, at this point, I feel like everybody's just really tired of the Bethesda engine.
Ume says he remembers those trolling videos from Fallout 76, like a kid being trolled out of his items repeatedly, or a guy who got banned by Bethesda from the game after causing an outrage. Oh.
I don't think you have enough range to hit these guys with that weapon.
That's bullshit, dude. Oh, I think I hit one there. No, one of the two. Ingram, get him! Head wound. I think they
You want a laser Gatling? You want me to find the console command for that?
We don't actually have to kill these guys, do we?
No.
Yeah, I got one.
Combat subachieved. Eliminating all hostiles.
Get him, Ingram.
Shutting down.
Detonating explosive charge.
Area secure.
Nice job, Ingram. Jesus. Motion.
Damn it! They've knocked out the power to the elevators.
We are in power armor.
Movement
Couldn't we have just
detected
jumped down the
forward.
elevator
Areas
shaft
do
instead of the
not
elevator?
get rotated. An enemy may be utilizing stealth.
An enemy utilizing stealth. Yeah, that's us.
Possibly.
For stealth, can't you tell?
Engaging. Hostile life force.
Markiplier. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Please
All right.
lower your weapon.
Aha.
Unit critically damaged.
Ceasefire.
Just a hole that you can randomly fall down and have to reset down to the first level. Excellent. Like the look of that. Oh. Circuit breaker.
That'll do it.
The hell of a circuit breaker.
There, that's done it. Power's back online.
You
Now
get
do we
back
take the
in
elevator again?
Yeah, I think so.
Going down.
Ingram.
And Ingram doesn't follow you.
Slot says, "Did I miss you pissing off the Institute?" I've never pissed off the Institute. I
Well,
just
they're
showed up
pissed
and started
now.
killing them. Yeah, I just showed up and started killing them.
Yeah. I think after this, your father will
Hostile
ask
sensor
to
reading
see you.
detected. Attacking enemy.
Hello, synths.
Multiplying.
Threat neutralized. What was that?
Threat neutral.
Over here.
Ba-ding. Oh god,
You
another
must be
elevator.
terrified.
Nume says, Krogan, you mentioned making a video about Bioshock, but I'm curious, what's your opinion on System Shock 2? He recently finished playing it, and he staggered how good it was, how well it's aged, compared to Bioshock.
I haven't played System Shock 2. I actually never played it. So I'm thinking about playing through it before I finish my Bioshock video. But we'll see. I've heard from other people that pretty much Half-Life 2
Radiation levels are dangerously high in there.
did
Let me know if you need any radiation
pretty much
protection.
a lot of
I'll
the
communicate
things
with you through
that
their intercom
Bioshock
system while I
and
monitor
System Shock
everything
2
from out
did
here.
before. Ingram was very loud for me for some reason.
Yeah, she was a lot louder than normal.
Ingram?
Looks pretty dangerous in there. You have enough radiation protection on you?
Yes.
Yep, I've got it covered.
Well, take these extra doses of Rad-X anyway. Can't hurt. You know, this was a nuclear research facility. If you look around, I'm sure you can find something that'll do the trick.
Alright, what do I need to do here?
Oh no, System Shock 2 did come out before Half-Life 2. By quite a long period of time, 1999. Excuse me. Half-Life came out a year before System Shock 2, though.
I feel like it's gotta be right here, isn't it? Where am I supposed to go here? Maybe it's in here.
No. Yeah, you're supposed to go. You were going the right way before.
Yeah, well, I've been everywhere in this room.
Go in that door.
This?
Yes. Turn right. Hit the button on the left. Hit the button on the left.
The intercom?
No. Below. Below the intercom.
Oh.
Big red button.
God, it's
Now
low.
cycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence.
Ooh, decontaminating.
Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
The beryllium agitator should be in a port at the top of the reactor.
All right. This is going to be like a Half-Life moment. Residence Cascade. Residence Cascade. Okay.
The building security...
Security alert in the reactor chamber. Emergency lockdown initiated.
Oh.
So area seems clear.
Please wait.
System Shock has more in common with Deus Ex than Half-Life gameplay-wise. No, I just generally a lot of people compare System. They put System Shock, Half-Life, and Deus Ex into kind of the same category. Generally, in terms of like games around that time that like made a lot of landmarks. Or yeah.
Eliminate reactor level security?
Yeah.
Commencing lawful use.
Is it, so they mean the security individuals?
Weapons free.
Take him down!
Sentry bot, how's it going? Jeez.
Locking on.
Guy's tanky.
Area secure.
The hell of an explosion there too. So now where do I go?
Go up the steps. Go straight to the door. Go up the steps. There you go. Hit the card reader.
All right. Hello, Assaultron.
No order.
Threat neutralized.
Oh, see, now they got quest markers again. Hello?
You have to go up the steps, not that way. Go back to where you were. Turn around. And straight through there. No. Yeah.
Something's out there.
Something's out there.
Lockdown ended.
Lockdown
Okay,
ended.
now you can leave.
All right. The hell out of here, Ingram. Or I'll see you at the top, maybe. Well, she almost got in.
He almost did.
Oh, disappeared.
The Institute must have sent reinforcements. I'll help hold them off. Just make sure you get the agitator out of here.
Do, 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 do. Nume says Half-Life is just a shooter.
Well, it's a shooter and a puzzle game, and it's got a narrative.
Yeah, I wouldn't call
Not
it
a strong
just
narrative,
a shooter.
But, you know, it was pretty good for what it was at its time. You know, I've looked at... Oh, that's my guy. I've looked at playing Sven co-op with American Krogan. Sven co-op is a way to play the original Half-Life in co-op mode, and that's something we might do on a Saturday. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Well, I mean, I wish in these games that push these narratives, you know, they have these ideas, like the Railroad stands for this, and the Brotherhood stands for this. I wish they'd make that message consistent, and I wish they'd let you engage with that message a little bit more. right? Rather than being sort of caricatures. But at the same time, maybe that's not what gamers want. You know, they want
That's what I was gonna say. I
vague
mean, in
stuff.
their defense, you know, to be developers' advocate here, like if you want to make a really popular game, like how many people are going to really engage with that? And I feel like Obsidian tried, in a way, I feel like the Outer Worlds tried to be more meaty in a sense, but if that was really the attempt, I mean, I feel like you would agree that they kind of failed.
Yeah.
Like it just seems like overly convoluted and disjointed, and it seems very, very pseudo-intellectual. Not that there aren't like legitimate concepts that are talked about within the game. It's just, I don't know. I'm just, you know, if that was their attempt to be like more involved and have you interact more with the different ideas, I don't think they succeeded.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
again,
I'm
it's
always just
it's
reminded of that initial quest where it's like, hey, get these people to return back to town. We still didn't even find out whether they were squatting on the town's land, you know, like where they got that stuff, if they stole it. But they didn't. We weren't able to talk that out of the characters. The characters weren't able to tell us that.
Right. So I mean, in the end, it's just like a more convoluted sense of it's a more convoluted hand-holding experience.
Proctor.
Like
Glad to see you're
it's
still
the
in
same
one
kind of
piece.
hand-holding experience that this is, just more complex.
You mean you're glad to see the beryllium agitator in one piece?
Let's just say I'm glad both of you are in one piece and call it even, okay? Anyway, we shouldn't stand around here talking. We've got a lot of work to do. Well,
Okay.
this is it. The moment of truth. We've pre-programmed Liberty Prime's battle coordinates into his navigational processor. As soon as he's under his own power, he'll head straight for the Institute. Elder Maxon wants you to follow, and make sure he arrives at the CIT in one piece. I've checked every wire and every bolt on the big guy. All we need to do is plug in the agitator, start Prime's reactor, and cross our fingers.
Okay.
This is going to be a short war if Prime can't move.
You aren't kidding. Look, I discussed it with Elder Maxon, and we think you should be the one who has the honor of starting Liberty Prime. Just plug the beryllium agitator into his reactor port, then head back down here and press the transfer button. Good luck, Paladin. Ad Victorium.
I feel so special. Really tickling my gamer senses. Plug her in.
And the whole persona of Liberty Prime really reminds me of like the same kind of running gag about 50s Americana culture. Kill all red Chinese invaders. Democracy, they're what does he say? Better red than dead, and democracy is non-negotiable.
Fusion core.
This all reminds me of, like, there's a recent game that Gab used a photo from. Oh boy, Liberty Prime's voice is very, very loud. It turns down.
Hot.
But yeah, Gab recently tweeted out a picture of a game by some developers. I think they're called Samurai Ninja or something like that. And they made a game called The American Dream, and it's this virtual reality game where, like, you solve all these household problems with guns. And they're just really, really making fun of American gun culture. And they even tweeted out a response to Gab's post, which took their pictures and kind of made sort of a joke about, like, unironically supporting American gun culture. And they were saying that, oh, it was satire, you can't, really get into these images, you really can't get into gun culture or whatever. I mean, they didn't say that explicitly, but yeah. But that's what Liberty Prime and sort of like the satire in the Fallout series surrounding Americana culture reminds me. Like, I don't think the first and second Fallout made me think of that, but definitely once Bethesda took over, it really seemed to play into this, like, anti-American gag, like, oh, like, there was nothing good about the 50s, there was nothing good about any of this traditional American culture, like, it's all just a big, giant, bigoted, xenophobic joke wherein women were persecuted to the nth degree, and like, I think a lot of us have spent the last couple decades laughing at a lot of this stuff, not realizing that we were the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
Combat initiated.
Do-do-do-do.
So this is the final march to the Institute, or the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or as they call it, the Commonwealth Institute of Technology. I guess that's supposed to be like somewhat symbolic here too. It's just like, oh my god, the bigot xenophobes are going to kill the I Love Science guys.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not that, because I mean the Institute is, I don't know. I mean the Institute isn't, I mean in a lot of ways it's portrayed as villainous, and then in some ways it's not. So I do want to give the writers credit. Like, they seem to treat the Institute with a bit of ambiguity. Like, obviously, you know, they're portrayed as enslaving synths, you know, so there's this whole slavery theme there. But at the same time,
accessing dictionary database. Entry.
There's other elements that make me think that they're not, and I can't think of them at the moment, but I never got the impression that they were villainizing the synths, or I'm sorry, the Institute as much as they were villainizing the Brotherhood of Steel, and I never got the impression that they were putting anyone else on a pedestal as much as the Railroad or the Minutemen. So I guess, like, the worst faction is, you know, in the developers' eyes, is probably the Brotherhood of Steel. Then the Institute and the Minutemen and the Railroad are kind of like the good factions.
Communism.
Yeah.
Is death. Anchorage will be liberated.
Can I go in the water?
Yeah, I would do the no clipping command and just walk across, because like it makes you go really slow to walk through the water.
What the hell happened? TLC? TCL?
Toggle clipping.
Thought it was TCL. Oh.
Try TLC then. Something weird happened then. Yeah. It's not working. That's weird.
Weird that, yeah. Okay.
You did something weird because Liberty Prime's frozen now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, you're fucked.
Good. Moving now. I just had to get closer.
You had to get out of your power armor?
Yeah, I'm smooth.
So the TCL command does not work. That is weird.
Defending life, liberty, and the...
Yeah, that malarkey says Joseph McCarthy was right. I think he was for the most part. I mean, a lot of people today act like, you know, the Red Scare was just this big to-do over nothing, but it's like, no, we had a ton of Judeo-communists get, you know, inserted into academia and a bunch of other levels of infrastructure after World War II. I'm not able to give like a real accurate summary of what happened, but basically there were thousands of Ashkenazic refugees, so to speak, who were given all these fast-tracked credentials in the 50s, in the late 40s and the early 50s, and they all, you know, got put into prominent positions of academia and other institutions, and then they disseminated this top-down leftist agenda, you know, which, you know, isn't to say that conservatism today isn't a problem. It is, but I mean, it's a problem because it's because of what we were just talking about. Like, it's
communism is a lie.
Well, at the end of the day, if John McCarthy wasn't right, then we wouldn't be seeing the things we're seeing today, right? Like, clearly there were a bunch of communists, and McCarthy wasn't able to do enough to keep them out. Neither were the rest of us, right?
Well, I mean, I don't view necessarily communism in and of itself as being a bad thing per se. I think that these forces that we're seeing today are just vectors for other things. Like depending on who's running. Like, I'm not a communist, and I don't believe in communism. But if we had a white ethno state that was communist, I would take that over all of the multicultural capitalist stuff.
Yeah, it would still be crap.
Sure, but I would still take it.
Well, yeah, because it's recoverable, right? You don't have like when your crappy system collapses, you'll have something to build off of. If you replace your people with a different people, now it doesn't matter anymore. You're gone.
Right now, it doesn't matter
anymore.
Gone. Yeah, I agree with all that. But what I'm saying is, it's not that like there aren't. It's not that there aren't economic. Like, there are valid critiques within socialist and communist circles regarding. Yeah, there are legitimate economic critiques of capitalism within some communist circles. I mean, the main problem I have with all of that is that it makes everything about class struggle versus ethnic racial struggle. And there are class struggles going on, but those are class struggles within an ethne. I don't think the lower class whites and lower class blacks need to work together and I don't think it's really possible to work together in a meaningful sense to throw off the yoke of, white capitalists or whatever. I mean, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that's like the whole Amazon thing. I mean, Amazon had that diversity index to show how, as part of its metrics for seeing if Amazon locations were at risk for unionizing. Having more diversity helped prevent unionizing.
Right. That's a very, very, very good point.
So this is where you have the upper class making sure that they have a multicultural lower class, because multicultural peoples can't, organize together.
Resist. Yeah. So, I mean, basically at this point we have like a white/Judeo upper class that is using diversity to ensure that, we can't resist any of the implementation they make. And, yeah, it's a big problem. It's a big problem.
This is a long-ass walk.
It is. I mean, this is supposed to be like, I guess the equivalent of a final boss fight. If you really want some disappointment, guess what? You have to do a lot of the same crap down in the Institute. You got to go through the whole Institute. So this is not over once we arrive at the Commonwealth Institute of Technology.
Area secure.
But we're pretty close. I mean, I would say we'll be finished before 9 o'clock. I think this will go on for another 15 minutes.
Going weapons cold.
Emu says communism was only ever a tool. The bigger issue is the influence that brought about communism at the time. Yeah, I mean, I think it's both at the end of the day. I mean, like, the last thing I'd ever want to see, like, I want my people to continue to exist, but, I'm not hoping that they'll have to exist under communism when they get to exist.
Right.
Alaska's liberation is imminent.
I mean, in a way, they're kind of making a joke about the idea that, like they're making a joke about here when Liberty Prime says
mission proceeding as planned.
Anchorage, Alaska will be liberated. Its liberation is imminent, and they're kind of making fun of that notion. It's like, well, if somebody invaded Alaska, wouldn't we have a right to defend it and push them out? And I guess they would say, "Oh, you annexed Canada." Well. At this point, I'm gonna throw my lot in with white Canadians, and
I hold these truths to be self-evident.
It would be nice if we had one big North American thing going on.
Equal, and are endowed with certain Unalienable rights.
I mean, anybody that's like, I mean, I get that Canadians have their own thing and their own culture and all of that. Like, I get that, but at this point, I'm not super concerned about preserving the separate
Objective reached.
ethnic identity of Americans versus Canadians. I feel like we both have too much at stake to be overly concerned about that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, white
that's my-
Canadians, the distinction between white Canadians and white Americans won't matter much when white Canadians are completely replaced with
Right.
Asians in their own country.
Right.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine to maintain any distinction between different white peoples. You know, I'm fine with that.
Oh, sure.
That being said,
Yeah.
we have to like defend each other in each other's countries. Like, can't just let everyone lose their stuff everywhere.
What I'm saying is, I'm not concerned about it to the point where, like, it's like if we had a geographic location in North America somewhere that was started by white Americans, I wouldn't be like, well, we can't have any white Canadians come down because blah blah blah. It's like I'm not, no.
Subterranean.
And if the opposite happened, if there was like a Canadian thing going on, I would kind of expect them to reciprocate the idea.
Opposition. Sand Institute. Revolt. And communism.
But maybe they wouldn't. I think they would.
Tactical assessment. Reach compound to restore democracy. Warning. All personnel should move to minimum.
I mean, it's kind of funny in a way because, like, you know, the caricature of Liberty Prime here, I think, you know, it wasn't intended as such, but, like, they're talking about how, they're kind of making fun of the American notion of, like, we're going to go into all these places and liberate them. That's kind of the vibe going on here. But, like, I mean, we're at the point today where...
Keep pressing forward, Paladin. We can do this.
Obstruction. Eliminated.
I'm losing my train of thought.
Ground units. Initiate. Directive. 7395. Destroy.
Yeah, I'm gonna cancel that line of reasoning because I just don't think that's what's going on. It just suddenly made me think of, like, you know, the gay bombs, like the BLM painted bombs and the trans bombs and all that, and how, like, you know, we're spreading neoliberalism by force into other countries. Like, that's not what the developers were hinting at here, but
the mission is
nevertheless made me think about it.
Well done. Our next target is the reactor. If anything tries to slow us down, I'm ordering you to destroy it. Man or machine.
All right.
Once we reach our target, you'll need this.
Schmerling says, just paint a rainbow flag on him, meaning Liberty Prime, and this would be right-wing satire.
It will be more than enough to annihilate the Institute.
Well, the Institute would have to be like a bunch of Middle Easterners or something, and I don't think, like, we'd have to change that proxy a little bit.
All right.
I'll make sure this teleport.
Somebody should make a mod for that, like BLM trans flags for Liberty Prime. Yeah, it's going there.
Old robotics. I mean, if you put a rainbow flag on them, it's just reality.
Is the Institute? I'm disappointed. I expected more from them.
Well, this is their ruins.
Right, which just kind of goes to show you that, like, all these people critiquing all these, like, liberals and these other people, like, they don't care about authoritarian. Like, everybody's always yelling about fascism, and it's just like what everybody means by fascism in the context that they use it is just totalitarian tyranny. You know, like, they don't actually mean any kind of fascist philosophy or anything like that. I mean, like, 99.9% of people who throw that term around have no idea what it means, and it's just completely interchangeable with, like, communism or dictatorship or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And the switch from resisting, you know, certain foreign interventions and certain kinds of tyranny over the years to supporting it just shows that everybody believes in their own form of authoritarianism. Like, nobody really believes in absolute free speech. Nobody really believes in, like, white people, like white rural Americans, like, you know, the traditional white Americans, like, are really the only people who en masse entertain the idea of entertaining your detractors thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, everybody who's against us does not entertain the idea of respecting any of our rights or ideas or ability to speak or ability to organize. Like, so it's just... And again, that I am convinced that there is a
Elder
biological predisposition for that.
Tomato Way on Twitch says, "Hello everyone. He's here, so you can all be happy now. Tomato Way's here."
We are happy. Tomato Way is here. You're killing the gorillas? Even the gorillas are after you.
They're synths, dude. They're not gorillas. They're tools. They're machines of the Institute. That's why they fight for the Institute. Proof that what they're doing isn't creating this good stuff.
You're just a bigot, Embargo. You're just a bigot. Synths are people too.
Merlin says fascism is when you're mean. The meaner you are, the more fascist you are.
Prepare to be terminated.
I mean, again, what strikes me about millennials and they're talking. Yeah, you can't go in there. The talking points that a lot of millennials make. It's like if you looked at a series of pinpoints that any third positionist government from the 30s to the 50s made, most millennials, if you didn't package it as like phalangism or National Socialism or fascism, a lot of millennials would be like, "Oh, I agree with all that."
Yeah.
And then the moment you told them, "Well, guess what? That's what Goebbels wanted."
Yeah, well, it's...
Well, that's what Mussolini wanted. Then they're like, "Oh my God, it's evil."
Yeah, that's what, like, Tom Woods does. The libertarian guy. He'll, I think he's done some classes at universities. He'll introduce his students to the 25-point plan, the National Socialist Party platform. He'll ask them what they agree with and what they don't. And they don't find out until later that it's the Nazi platform.
Right, but then you have a lot of guys like Dinesh D'Souza who are like, the leftists are the real Nazis, and so, like, it's, I don't know, man, it's like this sandwich of nonsense. Like, again, I'm not a card-carrying third positionist, but I'm not going to sit here and act like there aren't things within some of these ideologies that I agree with.
Standing down.
You know, I believe in a collective identity, and I believe in an individual identity, and I think that individual rights should be respected, but not to the detriment of the collective. You don't get to pursue your own individual prosperity and happiness at everybody else's expense.
Yeah.
Like
a burglar.
So, right. So you don't necessarily need. I'm not convinced that you necessarily need third positionist philosophy in order to bring that about. But third positionist ideology does tend to focus on that, whereas communism doesn't, and whereas modern leftism really doesn't.
I didn't expect to see you again.
I mean, modern leftism is really just like everybody else has a collective identity except you, white person. Like, so it's just, I don't know, a lot of different stuff going on.
There's no going back.
And we don't have I guess I should be quiet while we do this.
And you've decided this for yourself? Or has it been fed to you by the corrupt societies above ground?
You kill people in those societies, by the way.
Dying. Now you plan on what? Destroying everything? Tell me then. Under what righteous pretense have you justified this atrocity?
It's for the greater good. The Commonwealth deserves to determine its own fate.
Spare me. You've spent time up there.
More than you.
You know as well as I that it's doomed. Well...
Yeah, by you.
None of it matters now, I suppose. You'll accomplish your task and ruin humanity's best hope for the future. The only question left then is why you're
replacing
here.
Humanity with bots. That's our best hope.
Or did
being
you
replaced.
Just come to
that's not a
that's
hope.
Probably a proxy for something.
Sean.
Schmerling or Emu says modern leftists have no political position.
Fewer people will die. Will you?
I'll have no hand in what you're doing. Now go.
What happens if I convince him?
Leave me.
I don't remember. I would just shoot him.
I want to see if I can convince him. What's the command to increase charisma?
I don't know offhand. I'd have to look it up.
I'm here to blow up your reactor, Sean. Put an end to the Institute.
Well, at least there's no need for guessing games now. It's not enough that I lay here dying. Now you plan on what? Destroying everything?
Player.set
Tell me then.
AV space charisma space 10.
Player.set AV. Oh, there's no... Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Player dot... Whoa.
Yeah, something screwed up with the game. I don't know what it is, but something is screwed up with the console. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mess around with it at this point. You might crash or something. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Righteous
there you go.
Have you...
All right. I'm going to ask seriously?
All the enemies you've created? You can't imagine why I'd be standing here?
Perhaps I didn't think to count you among them. Well, none of it matters now, I suppose. You'll accomplish your task and ruin humanity's best hope for the future. The only question left then is why you're standing here. Is it regret? Or did you just come to gloat?
Sean, it's your father. I'm here to take your toys away. This is over.
Sean, if you help me, fewer people will die. Will you?
Why would I ever consider helping you?
Help me, and we can try and minimize the casualties in all this. You want your people to survive, don't you?
Very well. The terminal behind me. Enter access code 9003. That will disable some of the synths. Now go. Just leave me.
What? Okay, let me unlock this. Unlock. Merlin, I can't ask him why his hair is blue, unfortunately.
Director access synth shut down.
Is there anything else I do in here?
Evacuate. You can save people in the Institute by telling them to evacuate. But the way I always played it through is, I blew up the whole Institute and I didn't get access to anything. I just wiped them all out. But you can do whatever you want.
I want them to interbreed with the local population upstairs. Produce better people in the future. What's this one? Lockdown override? Can I do that? Sure. Oh, I guess I had to do that.
Well done, Paladin. Looks like a path should be clear to the reactor. And I am happy to report that reinforcements have arrived.
Son, all our work laid to waste. There's nothing more to say.
Oh, quick save? See you in hell.
I'll see you in hell.
Along with the rest of the Commonwealth. You've seen to that.
I mean, again, it's so disjointed because it's like he wanted to replace everybody so they'd all be dead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but there are times when he acts like he wants to do that, and there are times when he acts, it makes no sense.
You must
Goofy. Die now, human. No, I don't need to die. You need to die. See? They're all frozen, dead. Look at that. Merlin says, well, he does have daddy issues. Bro says Sean is a SJW. Why do you think he hated everyone?
What?
Let's see. Tomato Way says Bethesda always makes worst graphics. Remember Skyrim in 2011? Level graphics in 2015 was better in other games. I mean, I don't think they're like. I don't think Bethesda games are known for being particularly great looking, but I don't think that they're seen as like atrocious. You, Krogan?
No, I share your sentiments. I don't think they're particularly bad developers, except for the writing. The writing is just not very good.
Hostile sensor reading detected.
You know, and I'm tired of the engine stuff too. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like
things
they're
breaking.
constantly the same bugs every game.
Like your vertibird flies through the Pridwin and then you can't get in it anymore. Is he a loser? Gotta get in here?
You have to go. Yeah, you got to get in it, and you jumped off of the platform. Now you got to go back up.
Well, I wanted to kill this guy. I came down for this guy. See? Now he's dead. Good. Excellent. That's why I came down here. Well, I mean, I have to go in through this door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, your survival is improbable.
Hello. I just throw my body into it. Huh.
You got to pick the thing. Yeah. You got to activate it. Yeah.
Ah. Let me out. Oh. Oh. Elder Maxim.
Good work, Paladin. I think it's time to leave this place to its fate. Proctor Ingram, do you copy? Our mission is complete.
Now, see,
I
this
need
is
you to
ridiculous.
transport us
Like,
out here
I just
immediately.
do not see the Brotherhood of Steel wanting to destroy this place. Like, they would keep it.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they? Tech monks not taking tech? Seems goofy. Tomato Way says Sean is a bipolar psychopath with a higher education.
Our work here is done. Proctor Ingram, it's time to teleport us out.
Sorry, Elder, I would, but... well, this child showed up.
Oh.
He claims to be the Paladin's son, sir.
Oh, they're going to guilt you with this.
Please, Dad, don't leave me here.
Oh, I can't shoot him.
Go with you.
Nope.
You're not.
You're not going anywhere with me. You're not my son.
But you can't just leave me here. I don't want to die. Please, just think about it for a second.
No.
You're a robot.
You're not Sean! You're not Sean! You're a robot. Made to think you're real.
I guess I don't have any
I can't
lip
believe
movement
it.
anymore.
I hate you.
Oh. Okay.
Now, listen to... Go talk to Ingram. Listen to what she says.
All right, Ingram. Fire it up.
Hang on. You're telling me you'd leave that kid here to die? He's your son.
No, he's not. Did you hear?
He's a synth, Ingram. He's not really my son.
Are you kidding me? The Institute made synths that look like children? I don't even know what to say. Except that they deserve what's coming to them.
Yes, they do.
Clear to go then. Ready?
They make... So, we know that they make synths that will go up and replace a person. They'll kill a person and replace them. And they're making child synths. Are the Institute good people?
No. No.
Absolutely.
Definitively
Let's
not.
get out of here.
You got it, Paladin.
I'm sending
But at
you
the
to
same time, this
detonation
game
site.
tries to act
I'll
like,
set
you
the
know,
relay
these
to
synths
send
are
the
all
last
people
of us
too.
to the
And
No,
it's
prison
they're
just...
not.
Make sure
Yeah.
everyone is out.
Crazy.
When that reactor goes up, this place will be nothing but a smoking crater full of rubble.
Well, and their main argument
be
for the fact
quite
that
a
synths are
sight.
people is
Looks like
because
your work
they
here is
can be
done,
made
Paladin.
so well that you can have trouble telling the difference. Right?
Please, Dad, don't leave me here. I want to go.
Open the console. Click on him. And I think you can type disable.
Really?
No, it won't work. You have to click on him. You have to click on him when you type disable.
Does it put him in a wheelchair? No.
Oh no, it won't work. You spelled it wrong.
Disbabble?
Disbabble.
Disable.
It won't work. Whatever. I mean, it should make him disappear. Teleport to hell.
Please, Dad, don't leave me here.
Sir.
I want to go with you.
Okay. What the heck?
That's not happening. No way.
You're just gonna leave me here? I can't believe.
Yes. Staying here. Would you move it, Maxim? Trying to get through.
All right. Here we go. Gonna blow it all up.
Well, and all that was left was black nothingness. Everything's gone. Oh, white
Dr. Ingram
nothingness.
has
Oh,
assured
never
me
mind.
it will be outside the blast radius. Press that button, and you not only defeat our enemy, you restore order and decency to the Commonwealth.
Have we evacuated the people?
The Institute and their synth abominations must be eradicated.
No. Well, okay. You sent out the distress whatever, so some people have left. I mean, that's how the story will unfold.
No, I mean like the surrounding town.
There's no.
For rock and stone.
Rock and stone.
Did I hear a rock and stone? Oh, black nothingness once again.
Now we get a cinematic.
I can feel it wash over me. The heat, the force, the radiation, the fear. It's the end of the world all over again.
No, it's not.
I close my eyes. I see my life before all of this. Before the bombs. Everything can change in an instant, and the future you plan for yourself shifts, whether or not you're ready.
It's dog meat.
At some point, it happens to all of us. This wasn't the world I wanted, but it was the one I found myself in. The Commonwealth. My home. Ripped apart and put back together. I hoped I could find my family, cheat time, make us whole again. The way we were. But now I know. I know I can't go back. I know the world has changed. That the road ahead will be hard. This time, I'm ready. Because I know war. War never changes.
Excuse me, Elder Maxon.
You've done an exemplary job here, Paladin. Without your unwavering loyalty to our cause, this victory would never have been possible.
Joke? There's an option
Yeah,
that says joke.
I mean, yeah.
So we've won? Not for Brotherhood? For the
I don't
common-
know. Maybe quick. I don't remember, so maybe quick save and check them all out. I don't know.
Am I?
So we've won?
Absolutely, brother. The Institute has been wiped clean from the face of our world. It's time we close this chapter on the Commonwealth and begin one anew.
What do you mean, Elder?
It means we still have a long road ahead if we're to ensure the safety of the Commonwealth and her people. But this is neither the time nor the place to discuss it. Return to the Pridwin, and we'll decide what needs to be done.
Let's hear what the joke is.
Am I boring you, Paladin?
What? No cash prize?
Your reward rests in the hearts and the minds of the people you've saved. The Institute has been wiped clean from the face of our world. It's time we close this chapter on the
Great joke.
Yeah.
and begin one anew.
I mean, this is the problem with this dialogue system. It's like they limited it to 4 options, so that because the 4 options correspond to the 4 buttons on either the PlayStation or Xbox controller. So even when if there were more options they may have wanted to put in, they didn't because 4 buttons. And when there were only really 2 options that they should have put in, again, 4 buttons. So it's just like, it's just a bad system. I don't know why they didn't have a dialogue system like previously in the other Fallout games. It's just there was just no reason to do this as far as I can see.
Then let's get to it.
I'm pleased that you're anxious to continue your service for the Brotherhood, but this is neither the time nor the place to discuss it.
Somebody once made a joke about the dialogue system, and they showed they showed a series of screenshots for Fallout games from various years to show the progression for the dumbing down of the Fallout system. And they had like Fallout 3's dialogue system, with the text, with the sentences and the text wall.
Well,
and then they have Fallout 4, and then they have like one in Fallout 2030, and it was just like a picture of the guy from the road, and it just had like a smiley face and a sad face for the options. It was great.
I didn't do this for the Brotherhood. I did this for myself.
Whether you were seeking vengeance or serving the Brotherhood, the end result is the same. The Institute has been wiped clean from the face of our world. Am I boring you, Paladin?
I did it for the people of the Commonwealth.
You truly have become one of us, brother. The Institute has been wiped clean from
So
the
at no
face of our
point
world.
do you actually, you can be negative about the Brotherhood, you can be positive about the Commonwealth, but you can't be positive about the Brotherhood directly.
Then let's get to it.
I'm pleased that you're anxious to continue your service for the Brotherhood, but this is neither the time nor the place to discuss it. Return to the Pridwin, and we'll decide what needs to be done.
All right. That's pretty much it.
At Victoria.
You can go to the Pridwin and check that out, but the only thing I can think of doing after this is going to the Ghoul settlement, but that's real short, and basically it's just like, oh, we could go to Diamond City and see that the mayor turns out. Yeah, we could go to Diamond City after this. In fact, I would recommend that we do that before ending this.
Okay.
And I would do it during the day, I think.
Paladin, I'm pleased you've returned. Captain Kells and I wanted to speak with you.
Yeah?
Captain Kells.
As I expect Elder Maxon has already explained, the destruction of the Institute is simply the first stage of our operations in the Commonwealth. There are still super mutants and ferals to be dealt with, as well as any remaining synths that escaped the blast. It's our hope that you will continue serving with the Brotherhood and assist us with eradicating these threats.
Oh, okay.
Again,
Of course, Captain. Very
this
good,
whole system's just
In light of
bad.
your service, Captain Kells and I both feel you deserve unique recognition for your contributions, both past and future. It's with great pleasure and the utmost respect that you are hereby granted the title of Sentinel. This is the highest honor a Brotherhood soldier can achieve, but we both felt strongly that it was well deserved.
In addition, we'd like to present you with this jetpack modification for your power armor. The Brotherhood has few of these devices in its possession, but we feel you've earned the right to utilize one of them.
Congratulations, Sentinel. It's an honor to be serving with you.
Thank you, both. I'm really quite honored.
The honor is ours. So, Sentinel, for the first time since we've met, I have no orders for you. From this moment forward, you will decide which missions you undertake and how you will guide us. Captain Kells and the personnel at the Cambridge police station still possess numerous operations for you to undertake. Where you go from here is up to you. Ad Victoriam, Sentinel.
Hail Hominid, how's it going? Good to see you. But, yeah. And I mean, like, so here you have these supposedly bad guys, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to continue our operations. Okay, well, let's hear what their nefarious operations are. Kill feral ghouls, stray synths, and super mutants who all threaten the lives of humans who live here. Like, woo, wow. That's their nefarious plan. Continue to make everyone's life better here.
Over there you go.
I mean, you see that's their nefarious plan, right? I mean, it's like, woo.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so here we go.
Should I wait at all?
No, you can't wait. You have to sit down on something to wait.
Well, there's a
which I
bench
don't
over
get.
here, isn't there?
It should already be triggered, but whatever. Sit on a bench, I suppose. I guess it's not triggered. I don't remember what triggers it.
Should I walk out and back in?
Maybe.
All right. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they come out, like, when a new Elder Scrolls comes out. I think they're putting a lot of focus on the Elder Scrolls Online still, because I think that's been pretty successful. Like, I think they're getting a lot of people to play it. All right. Back in.
Hold on,
Here we go.
Just to make God wait a little longer.
You gotta listen. Mayor McDonough, I saw him with one of those Institute synths. Piper was right. He's one of them.
McDonough's a synth. Oh, God. What do we do now?
You can stop standing around. Someone get a doctor.
You can save Sullivan. You can click on him and give him a stim pack.
Sullivan.
2 slugs in the gut, plus the fall from the elevator. I ain't gonna make it.
Quick, take this stim pack.
Thank you. I feel better. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna stay here for a bit.
All right. Well, I'll deal with this synth.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I was going towards the marker.
No, go. You were on the elevator just a second ago. Get on that and go up. Don't pay attention to the marker. Yeah.
It's like one of the painter things.
No, turn around. Turn around. There you go. There's the button.
Prepare to get cryolated. Synths.
Prepare to get cryolated. Oh, there's the spunky reporter. I knew it. You're a synth, McDonough.
Congratulations, you've won. I hope you
trying
break
to
your
break
foot
in.
trying to kick that door down.
Ugh, damn it, it won't budge. Damn it, McDonough's locked the door.
You mean it's
Piper.
locked the door?
Oh, there's no key. Gotta be a way in.
Okay, turn around. Squat. Turn around. Under the desk. Under the desk.
That's far enough.
Help me! He's crazy!
I am not just going to be discarded and tossed to the wolves. I'm the mayor, goddammit!
Mayor McDonough, I can help you. But not when you're holding a hostage. Let her go.
Oh, all right. She can go. Now, I'll tell you what's going to happen next. I'm walking out of this city.
I mean, this is just bad acting.
with
I mean,
my
it's just not
dignity
convincing.
intact.
Well,
You're
and
not
the
getting off the hook that
characters
easy,
and all that
you
stuff.
have to answer for what you've done.
I'm either walking out of the city a free man, or I'm killing as many of you disgusting, filthy savages as I can.
Time to shut you up for good.
You'll never take me alive.
I'm not
That's
trying
the
to take you
idea.
alive.
This?
Kellogg's house
Without a
key.
mayor, the city council will be next in line to pick up the pieces. Let's hope
That's
they do a
interesting.
better job. I don't know when people are going to be ready for another mayoral election. Not going to be soon, that's for sure. But at least now, Diamond City will finally have the truth.
Yeah, well, at least Demon City will no longer have a synth as a mayor. All right. Well, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
We did win. So that whole thing where we, blew up the Institute, that was like the Brotherhood of Steel ending for the
He
game.
was with the Institute this whole time?
Yes.
Paper was right all along. I always thought the mayor was just a blowhard.
Shut up, Garrus Vicarian. But, well, there you go. It was interesting. It was interesting to play Fallout 4. It was disappointing in some ways, but kind of the same disappointment we're experiencing with all the games, really. Well, you got anything to say about this before we wrap it up, Krogan?
Not really. I think you covered well, I got some things to say. I think you covered a lot of good points in this. I do like there again, as I said at the outset of this series, I can appreciate some of the aesthetic designs that they did, but again, I mean, like once you start thinking about it, like if you back up now and look at the city from a slightly panoramic view, I mean, it's been over 2 centuries since the bombs fell. Like, I just don't think people would be living like this in a stadium. I think it would look far more developed.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. They're going for just a generic post-apocalyptic aesthetic, and as far as that goes, I think they designed something that was pleasing to the eye. The writing really is the worst part about this, and it really would have been, just from a pure RPG game mechanical standpoint, it would have been nice to, like as you said, delve more into each faction and be able to push back against ideas or push your own ideas, or at least have options. I mean, obviously you can't come up with a novel idea and then push it. It's a game. They have to have everything prefabricated. But, even in terms of prefabricated choices, you just don't really have any. Nobody really sells you their philosophy. Nobody really, explains their philosophy. Yeah. Yeah. So, I would say overall this game is more subversive than it isn't. It gives a false impression that you have all these choices when you really don't. And, they do more often than not lead you to condemn certain ideas and certain factions over others. I mean, I think a lot of people would be led to believe, oh, you can choose which faction you want to support, therefore the game is impartial. And clearly it's not.
Yeah.
Clearly there's power in making people believe they have a choice when they really don't. And while you pretend to give them that choice, you kind of insinuate what's a good and bad choice. I mean, so yeah, I would say overall the game is more subversive than it isn't. And if it's conscious or subconscious on the developers' parts, on the developers' part, I don't know. I kind of suspect that this is more of an accumulation over time of cultural osmosis. There were certain ideas that began to be propagated decades ago, and just over time, through a top-down system of Hollywood and academia and whatnot, this is kind of the end result of that. And as we go forward in game development, I think it's just going to get crazier and crazier and more overt. And that's potentially a good thing, because then we won't have to work as hard to point it out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
All right. Well, that's it for today. I'll have to decide on a game for next week, but make sure you show up to American Krogan stream, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and we'll be talking about the Outer Worlds. Isn't that right, Krogan?
That is, and I have decided that we're not going to actually continue with the main playthrough we were doing. I think it would be better to kind of wrap everything up tomorrow. So what I'm going to do tonight and tomorrow, if I get time, is curate a bunch of clips from my previous playthrough that I don't remember all that well. But there are some like key things that we should talk about, and then we'll watch the ending. Like we'll watch the lesbian romance thing. We'll watch that play out to its end. We'll watch some select clips from some NPCs, and we'll definitely watch the ending. And there's God, what's that other female character's name? The one that's a doctor. I forget her name already. But we'll go to her. There's a scene where she goes and talks to her parents in Byzantium, and it's very, very interesting. So we'll definitely watch that, and some other stuff, and then we'll conclude, and we'll see what happens after that. I might do another game the following Thursday, or I don't know. I'll think about it. I think maybe just doing the one game a month or a week on your channel might be better, so we don't saturate people's time and whatnot. So we'll see.
All right. Well, that's about it. We're left with this mega surgery spinning logo and filthy land that they're now dwelling in. That's it. Have a good week, everybody. See you tomorrow on Krogan Stream. Peace out.